And we have returned. So I stopped the stream, changed all of the details, and then just literally started as you arrived. So we should be back live now, but now I'm playing Planet Coaster.
Planet Coaster.
You ever play Planet Coaster?
No, I don't think I have.
It's a lot of fun. They're doing a new one soon.
Theme park.
It's fancy theme park. It's basically the people who... It's very similar to City Skylines, to SimCity, in that Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 was so long ago, and then they kind of stopped making them, and Planet Coaster sort of stepped in. So I'm probably going to do this in Sandbox because I want all of the stuff unlocked. Or do I do it in Challenge and really struggle the whole time? No, because I want to have the boats or anything like that. I'm going to do it in Sandbox. Let's do it the city map. I'm going to just call it island hopping. The first thing I'm going to do is just get rid of all of the land. Firefly, what are you doing? Hopefully you don't have any ups and downs with this. As long as you stay on track, I don't think it matters what you queue up. This will be a ride. This is unacceptable, and you simply have to stop. There's a bustling city in the background. And by bustling city, we mean a cube of city. Firefly. Right. So. Terrain. Push down. Intensity lots. Size loads. Oh, this will take a bit. So we'll have sort of a starting island. Let's... It doesn't need to be particularly deep, so let's sort of just draw. I also don't want to get too much onto the hard edge that's going to cause problems. It's going to make it look really unnatural. Right, level you out. Smooth you up. There we go. Oh, the edge was further over than I thought. Okay. Retrobago, Cuboid City, home of the Cuboids. Sorry, Cuboid City of Cubodis, home of the Cuboids. Hi, I'm Cube Boy. Feed me my cubes. I have no idea how the boat routing system works. And maybe I should make the boats free? Or do I like, welcome to the park. It's free to get in, but to get to any of the islands, you've got to pay for the boat, idiot. Hello, I got Sap.
Have you got Sap?
I think we've all got Sap, guys. I think it's an interesting thing. As soon as I play a game that I haven't usually played, you do get people turning up who are like, I follow the Planet Coaster tag. Oh shit, the tags. I need to change the tags because currently the tags are saying Assassin's Creed. We're not playing Assassin's Creed. There we go. Let's put Planet Coaster in there.
Why is that not working? Tim, why is it not working?
I think it's because you're not good enough and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Enable train limit. Signal L sets the train limit.
Of course.
Signal L is 2. Is it because you're also outputting signal? Okay. I'm going to be weird about it.
Give me a real dang-ass freak about this, eh? Okay, so...
Yep, that was it. I was reading the green input. Oh.
You'd think there would be a better way to do this obsessed, but I don't know if there is. Have you solved it?
I did.
Was the answer get good?
The answer was read your code properly.
I imagine that's a more common problem than one would like to hope. Like, did you read what you did? Well, no, I just sort of did it and assumed it was fine.
Yeah, I just assumed that it did what I wanted it to do and not what I actually wrote.
That's what I would do. Okay, right.
I tell to juniors all the time, I'm like, if you
Okay.
comment your code, you have to make sure that it actually does what you commented, not just what you want it to do. And then I go and do that. Do what I say, not what I do.
Yeah. Guys, you've got to check it and you've got to check it again. Did you check this? No.
No. Didn't bother. It was boring.
It was really boring to do that. So I decided not to. But you do.
That's fine, right? I'm in charge, so it's fine.
It is tragically the way of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, roughing it up. Make it a bit more reasonable.
Wait, what have I done?
What have you done?
I've beefed it.
What have I done?
I beefed it, Tim.
You beefed it right up.
Absolutely beefed it.
Roger Bagel has asked, what are you doing? So I'm making a water map, and then I'm going to have the rides on islands, and like the islands are going to be sort of themed. So I'll have like a spooky island and a Wild West island and things like that. That's the plan, at least. So let's start by looking at the boats. He says, immediately realizing there isn't a boat. I've seen a boat option. People use them in their parks. I've seen it.
There hasn't been a boat in Planet Coaster for 40 years.
Oh my god, a boat's in a DLC or something. This is what I'm about to find out.
No, that'd be so annoying.
Oh, boats are in a DLC, mate. Classic rides. The adventure pack. Oh, I'm not. Now, here's a question. Has Planet Coaster got to the point? Let's just save this momentarily. Has it got to the point that it's on Microsoft Game Pass with all the DLC? I don't think it is. Because, like...
That's how they get you.
Let's go to the DLC. Let's see how much it all is. Oh, there's loads of it. There's so much of it, Sam. Oh, there's so much of it. This might be one of those times where it's like, well, yeah, that's how we make our money.
Outfit packs.
Yeah.
$14.99.
Buy the DLC live on stream. Show us your card details.
Shan't be doing that.
Planet.
Fun, yeah. Good activity for the fundraiser is share your credit card details.
It's such a fun activity. Nah, it's got 2 Point Hospital. Journey to the Savage Planet, sure. But not that. Ooh, does that make me suddenly decide I don't want to do the thing I was planning to do because I can't do the thing I want to do?
If you don't have boats, it's going to be a problem, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I could have little train tracks.
Yep.
I could do little train tracks. Let's try it with little train tracks. But let's just say this has put a real damper on proceedings for old Tim. Or do I make a free roller coaster that just sort of keeps stopping at places? You've got to queue up for a roller coaster that just sort of goes whoosh and then stops.
Isn't there like a train, like a monorail that goes around Disney World?
You know what? I think there is a monorail, and the monorail would feel more sort of theme park appropriate. Okay.
Is it a Sims 4 situation?
Firefly did suggest. It is very much Sims 4, but yes, Firefly did suggest a monorail.
Oh, a monorail. Oh, sorry, it's Firefly. I didn't mean to.
Can't believe you've done this, Sam. There is a monorail. So what we're allowed, go-karts. Make you get in a go-kart, a log flume, a monorail, little auto.
Come on, Grandma, get in the go-kart.
In the go-kart and drive.
I just want to go to the restaurant. You have to get in a go-kart to get to the restaurant, Grandma. Come on.
Get into the log flume. I mean, I suppose I could have the River Rapids rolling river.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could have, you have to get into a little dinghy.
Do It's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny, but do they have stations? Because I think you kind of have to have something that has stations.
Sure.
Let's find out. Let's see if we can make this happen. Because I find the fact that you have to get into a rolling, like a river rapid ring, highly amusing. Okay, in which case we can take this right back. Because the entrance is going to be over the water, and then like there's going to be a bridge. I should probably build the island it's going to. Because what we'll do is we'll have it being a ring first, and then as we add islands, we will
add stops.
Add stops.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, that's where I've seen Planet Coaster before. I was just thinking, like, I've definitely seen this UI and these graphics before. It's watching Let's Game It Out on YouTube, where he makes like nightmares.
Yes. Yeah.
Makes horrifying nightmares.
That is his raison d'etre.
Yep.
Nightmare time. Right, let's roughen it up a bit.
Aaron can't watch those. Aaron's like, his voice is killing me.
He has got a certain style that if you're not on board...
If you're not there for it, it's a problem.
It's a problem. Okay.
Firefly says the cleaner isn't enough, you have to steal ideas too, Sam. Yeah. I hate doing that. I know it's like, it's really bad when you know, it's a bad thing that people do is steal ideas, so...
I think you love it,
trying
Sam.
to be conscious of it. I love it. I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious.
I need to borrow you for a few minutes. Can Sam hold the fort?
Sam, are you happy to hold the fort while I'm borrowed for a few
I'll hold
minutes?
that fort.
Holding the fort.
Give me that fort.
Give me that fort.
Thank you, Sam.
How's everyone doing? Tim's going to go and do something. Let me read Squidly Terrence's that was specifically addressed to Tim. Hey Tim, this is timely. Do you particularly enjoy event building / management games like this? Classic Roller Coaster Tycoon? I've got good news. There's a similar game dropping its Kickstarter tomorrow called Lord of Metal, where you manage a metal music festival. I'm so hyped for the Kickstarter, I've already donated stuff to them. Other times, too. I'm hyped beyond belief. Yes, I think Tim probably would be interested in that. Sam, can we watch a movie? Yeah. We've got a bootleg of The Matrix on VHS. We've got Free Willy on VHS, and we've got all of Rob Zombie's horror movies on Laserdisc. So you can choose between those. Can we have ice cream for dinner? Yep. Everyone can have ice cream for dinner. No problem at all. Matrix. Can we get a puppy? Absolutely. We'll go to the pound at lunch and we'll just pick out 6 or 7 of them. And then they'll be our responsibility forever. That's true. The horror movies will give you nightmares. Yeah, maybe we should avoid that then. What do you think? When I watch, okay, so we got like 1 vote for each of the movies. Free Willy VHS came with the necklace. What? Can I get a pony? Yeah, sure. We can keep it at Tim's. Sam, would you please take us to the park? We can go to the park. Okay, everyone. Now we all need to get in the car at the same time. There are only like 4 seats, so some people are going to have to sit on laps. So sorry about that. No, anyone's got food and drink, please do not bring them to the car. You can get in the boot. Okay, yeah, you get in the boot. We can probably fit a couple of you in the boot. You can be on the floor. Oh, great, perfect. So maybe we'll just take all the seats out. Don't tell Tim I let you do this. Sam will turn. Yeah, I will. If you don't behave, like no shouting, and when I'm driving, you'll have to be quiet. All right. You can ride on the roof. Seems like that would be a problem, but I can't think why. No, that should be fine. Yeah, get on the roof. Just hold on. There's a roof rack up there. Just hold on really tight.
Hi, Sam.
So, and that's the way you work out the circumference of a circle.
Are we having fun?
Yeah, I'm not just agreeing to everything that that chat have said.
Oh, that's a worrying trend. You don't want to start doing that.
Yeah.
Tim might be a little while, because what I did was I missed the edge of the table when I put down my full cup of tea.
Oh no.
And I dabbed it all up, and then I was like, I've got no energy. Like, Tim, you're going to have to come and clean this properly, because I haven't got the energy to clean it properly.
Oh.
And then he
Are you okay?
Oh,
You
I'm
didn't burn
fine. It
yourself?
missed me.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I just dabbed what was on the floor near the sofa, and then he's moved the sofa, and it's gone the entire length of the sofa and splashed on the wall behind the sofa.
How did this happen?
That's how bad of a tea spill it was. I was,
that's a
in
big
all
spill.
fairness, it was in the service of Goblins podcast. I was trying
Yes, for a good
to write alt text and not looking at where the table was. Oh, I don't
You
know
want
how
that?
Tim mods on here.
Oh, I can do it. I'll do it.
Thank
from here.
you.
I've got mod view. Yeah.
I was just, you know, that moment where you're like, oh man, I'm so tired and I really wanted that tea. And then you're like, oh, well, actually, maybe cleaning it up is the bigger problem. And this is why, as me and Sam discussed with Erin the other day, if Sam and I lived together, it would be an
We'd live in
absolute
filth.
hovel. It would be horrendous, because Erin and Tim are the clean, tidy people. And me and
Mhm.
Sam are the chaos
Mhm.
gremlins.
It would be very messy.
Yeah.
We'd have to have multiple cleaners.
We would.
Very
It would
patient, tolerant cleaners.
It would be non-negotiable.
Oh, piss. I've only gone and got copper mixed in with me iron.
Oh no!
No, there's tons of it. Oh,
What a
shit.
waste. Poor Tim. I would argue as well that Tim is probably more tired than me. But he's
Yeah.
like normal person. I've done a lot of stuff tired, not like I have a chronic illness tired.
Yeah,
And they're very different
They are.
in how they feel and what you can
Erin is
do whilst
currently-
feeling them.
Absolutely.
What is with all
Erin's
these
currently
bots all of a
suffering.
sudden?
And then
What's
more
going
bots.
on? So much bots.
Reports. I'm doing a report and
Yeah. Get
report
them
and ban.
bots. Do, 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 do. There was a guy working at the stadium last night who kept trying to steal me from Tim. Every time we
Uh-huh.
walked past and I was in the wheelchair, he'd be like, I help! And Tim was like, no, get
No,
away.
Thank you.
Also made friends with the stewards who were near our entrance, and we left for a couple of matches, partly because
Mhm.
one of the wrestlers in one of those matches has certain allegations against him right now.
Oh, that's fun.
And so we went to have our dinner while
Yep.
while that match was happening, and we didn't come back for like 2 matches. And then the stewards were like, we were so worried about you. We didn't know where you'd gone. You've missed
Aw.
so much great wrestling. And we were like, oh, we're fine. Thank you. We went to go and
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks.
eat some rice.
I
Lily
didn't want to
Rose,
see
quick
allegations of
accent
wrestling.
question. How do you two pronounce necessary? Necessary. Was that similar? Did Sam say it similarly to me?
I think so. We say it pretty similar. It's as opposed to necessary. Because
Oh, necessary.
some necessary,
Necessary.
some
No, I very much
American-
overpronounce everything. Necessary.
sure.
What did I think of Sting returning again? I thought it was really fun, but I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to... Someone had already mentioned that, and someone had already mentioned them saying they were going to light the coffin on fire. That made sense as like a thing that happened. I was more excited by Jamie. Much more excited by Jamie. And then kind of confused by Ricochet because I'd forgotten about him.
Burn on Ricochet.
Oh, no, not I just forgot it could be a thing.
Oh, I see.
A very short attention span. I love Jamie Hayter. And she had such glorious hair. It was reminiscent of the scene in Dodgeball where they're talking about how Ben Stiller's wig is so feathered and light. She had that kind of 80s, so many layers.
I don't remember that scene.
Feathered. It was very like Xena warrior princess.
Sure. Yeah. How long was it?
Oh,
Like,
How's he Firefly? I don't know much about him because he was a WWE person. Sorry, what did you say, Sam?
How long was the wrestling? How long does it go on for?
So that one, the actual pay-per-view technically started at 6 and it finished at 10, so 4 hours. But there was at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of pre-show.
Gotcha.
And yeah, the one I went to on Wednesday was the TV recording for their 2-hour shows. So that was 4 hours plus like a 15-minute turnaround in the middle as they switched from one to the other.
Yeah.
That was really fun because you watch them record the Wednesday show and then the show that they record after that goes out on a Saturday. So someone got like injured on the Wednesday show and they're like, oh no. And then like for us, an hour passes and he comes out again like completely fine. But for the audience, it's been like 4 days. He's had time to recover.
To play along with the theatre of it.
Yeah, the British crowd on Wednesday did a very British crowd thing and decided to cheer for a random guy who they weren't meant to like, and he was just sort of meant to be a henchman for someone else, and everyone decided they were going to give him standing ovations and scream louder than they had than for anyone else. And all the American fans were like on the Discord, some are like, why are they doing that? It's so confusing. And I was like, because they're drunk and they like chaos.
Yeah,
we just
They've picked this person.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
We just like being troublesome. Everyone's on board with it. I think Tim's got a hairdryer out.
Oh no, it's come to this.
I think I could hear a hairdryer in the background. Oh, Tim loves Planet Coaster. I got Sap. He will probably play that at some point.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Tim's always. I always see it pop up on Steam. Tim's either playing
Go on.
Planet Coaster or that Transport Fever.
Oh, he loves
2.
those games and the Aeroplane Simulator one.
Yeah.
I need to behave myself because I've now been talking about wrestling and I'm going to sing theme songs that are technically copyrighted by mistake.
Gets in trouble.
Oh yeah, but Firefly Danhausen is an icon. He's great. He puts teeth in people's mouths. They already have teeth in there. It's very confusing. Oh, that's what he's playing.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Sorry, I didn't mention. Yeah, that is currently the game.
I hadn't
that's
even
open.
looked at what was on the screen, and I just sort of assumed it was still Assassin's Creed. But then there are a lot of actual roller coasters in front of me. Oh,
It
there's
might be
a little train.
Assassin's Creed Six Flags.
There should
Get
be
it, everyone?
a game.
You like that? That's for you, Americans.
There should be a game that's just like a famous franchise, and they all just go and have a nice day out in a theme park together.
Oh.
Do we?
What would be the gameplay? Do you think? What?
Just having a nice time, chatting to each other in the queue for 2 hours. Like it'd be like you'd have to choose the conversation options.
It's like a wholesome story.
Yeah.
Like walking simulator.
And then they'll
standing
all
in
have
line
different
simulator.
preferences, and you have to choose the right rides for each person to like build up their like enjoyment. And then also like in Final Fantasies, you like build your relationships with different characters as they go along, and you get like points, and you work better together when your relationship is built. So like it's a strategy game of who goes on which roller coaster with who and how it builds. Foxglove Palace just said amusement park dating simulator, but with video game characters.
But
yes,
but also like who spends time with which character, like a night in the woods.
Yeah.
As well. So like, which friendships are you gonna foster? And
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Chug spent a lot of
this
time.
isn't a bad idea.
When we were playing Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, trying to engineer it so that he always went on dates with Tifa. And I think probably enjoyed that bit more than the combat.
Tifa
Sweaty
Lockhart.
Nethers.
I mean, I don't know her surname.
Did you just make one up for her?
no, it is Lockhart, I think. I'm pretty sure. Nothing says date me like roller coaster air, turkey leg breath, and sweaty nethers. Yeah.
I remember going on a school trip to Alton Towers, which we did quite a lot because we were quite close to there, with one of my friends when we were probably about 16, and she made me eat onion rings because she wanted to eat a full platter of onion rings, but didn't want to be the only one with stinky breath. So she was like, if we're spending all time together,
we both have to eat the onion rings.
Retrophonologist, did Chugs return? Amy has her comfort stream again. He did. He's been back for a few weeks now, although he has found a new favourite game, and he's now playing Black Myth Wukong, which means we still haven't had a Witcher stream. I really want
to
a Witcher
answer
stream.
Lily, you highlighted a message. Lily Rose highlighted a message. Reposting the follow-up question: do you know which accent it is specifically that says necessary, not in the way that you two did? I can't think. No, I can't think. I don't know if I work with anyone who says it like that. Necessary.
That's necessary.
I associate that with American accents, but I can't think specifically what region.
Firefly.
That also might not be correct.
He got his stuff, but a lot of it was broken, so he's having to buy new things and replace things. But it sounds like some of the things that got broken were like collectible things, which is a bit harder to like replace and stuff. But he hasn't spoken about it for a little while, so I think he's sort of getting there with that. He did tell me that he would listen to the Goblins podcast, but I'm not going to chase him on that one. Because I don't want to be an insane person. But he did say
It's
he
very
would.
sensible of you.
And there's going to be an episode of Goblins dedicated to him, because someone from the Chugs Army did buy that option on the rewards and has asked for an episode to be dedicated to him. So there we go. Worlds collide.
Communities coming together.
Obsessed. Let's make Chugs a fan. Chugs is a fan of everything. I said this to him the other day. He's always like, oh, this thing's my favourite. And I'm like, Chugs, everything is your favourite. I've literally never heard you say anything you don't like in your entire life.
Oh, it's a very positive outlook.
He is. Bum, 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 bum. It wasn't me, Firefly. It actually wasn't me. I did not give money to my own
Stream.
crowdfunder.
What's it called? There we go.
Alia, I never know when I like people's posts on Instagram or tweets or things like that. I'm never aware of which account I'm in. So if anyone gets any interaction from the Goblins podcast account, that's me. It could be I'm interacting meaning to as Goblins, or it could just be that I've forgotten to switch between.
Either way.
Either
way, you got
accounts.
the like. The likes.
But either way, it's
the
from
same.
me.
Yeah.
It was the Do-It-Ourselves account. Cool. I try and switch back to the Do-It-Ourselves account when I'm going to watch a million videos and send creepy stuff to Sam.
Yeah. It is our good pastime of ours, just sending nonsense
Stop singing
Instagram
Jamie
reels
Hayter's
to each
theme
other.
tune. I'm so sorry I'm interrupting you a lot today, but I am
That's all right.
fatigued, which means I have no processing, and so I'm still going. It takes me a while to register that someone else has started talking.
It's all right. Take time. Firefly says, "Hey Sam, can we take Amy to the park?" Yeah, I promised chat that we'd go to the park.
Oh.
So.
In the pandemic, Sam and I used to go and take Monty on little walks sometimes. And sometimes it would be all four of us. And Erin and Tim would just walk off into the distance doing bits and being very loud. And me and Sam would just quietly walk behind with Monty being like, so, how are you? And then Erin and Tim would burn themselves out really quickly and be like, "We're done with socialising now." Me and Sam would be like, "Okay, we're just gonna keep
Oh, we
walking
had a
around
lovely
this
time.
park.
We just had a nice
We're
chat.
just having a nice little chat."
Mhm.
Movie night. What we're
Yeah.
gonna watch at movie night?
Well, I had Matrix on VHS, a
Ooh.
bootleg of Matrix. We got a genuine copy of Free Willy on VHS, and all of Rob Zombie's horror movies on
Ooh.
Laserdisc. So
I don't think I've watched The Matrix or Free Willy past the age of 10.
yeah, I definitely haven't. I watched it. I've got a feeling I watched it in a school assembly.
Oh, he's coming back. Have you fixed it?
Yeah, it's fine.
That took a long time. Did you have to hairdryer it?
Hairdryer.
I thought I could hear a hairdryer.
No, that was the Hoover.
Oh, you hoovered.
I use a stain remover, then you leave it for a bit, and then you scrub it in, and then you dry it, and then you Hoover it out.
He's such a good guy. Just looking at your shirt in the green screen and how it's just cats.
Just cats. That's why I like this.
Thanks for keeping me company, Sam.
You're welcome. Thanks for keeping me company.
Sam and I are going to the park.
You go to the park?
Yeah. Oh, those aren't your
I
headphones.
don't know my headphones at all. Why am I not invited to the park?
I didn't say you weren't. I just said that we were going.
Can't believe I've been excluded specifically from the park.
Well, I promised Chat. Chat just asked for lots of stuff, so I just said yes to everything, which I, as can only assume, is a good idea.
That's never gone wrong for anyone.
There was a thing addressed to you,
Oh.
which was, where was it? Oh, we had some bots. They got banned.
No bots. Bots got banned.
Somebody said about Squidly Terrence said about a Kickstarter for a game where you manage a metal music festival,
I like that.
where they're launching the Kickstarter tomorrow.
That's cool.
Have you got
I
a
like
link
that.
for that, Squidly Terrence? Could you put a link in the chat?
Can I just confess
Yeah.
that I really did have a moment when I spoke that to you where I was like, I could just not tell him and hide it. It was like such a child moment. Felt like I was like 6 and I was like, maybe he won't know.
Maybe he won't notice the large brown patch
Maybe
right
it'll
next
be
to where we
fine.
sit
and
on
then
the
I was
sofa.
like, no, Amy, accountability.
Yeah, and also, do you know what my reaction was? Oh, okay, well, let's clean this up.
I know, but still, I was like,
It wasn't like I was like, what have you done?
it was like
What have you
childhood
done?
response of like, I'm gonna get in trouble. He
Yeah.
always tells me to make sure I don't put my cup too close to the end.
Yeah, and you know what? We'll get him next time.
Thanks,
when
buddy.
something actually goes wrong,
Thanks
it's
for
not.
reparenting me.
Terrifying.
God, I had
Yeah.
my ex-girlfriend once knocked over one of my guitars, and it broke broke the little pearl, mother of pearl, or fake mother of pearl thing on the tuning nut.
Oh, yeah.
And she just burst into tears,
And you were like,
thinking that I was. I felt so bad. I wasn't. I was just like, it's fine. I can just replace. They're cheap. It's fine. It's not
fine.
a problem. But she'd been conditioned to. By,
be like, oh, jeez.
yeah. That was rough.
So you, of course, immediately started the chainsaw. Instead of
Just screamed, just absolutely screamed about this cheap, very replaceable piece of equipment.
No, the only time I've got really annoyed about stuff like that is if, like, in the act, like somebody's doing something and you're like, please don't do that because that will
Yes.
do this. And they go, no,
Yes.
it won't. And then it does it. In those instances, I probably could have reacted better than I did. But that's quite specific. But for general fuck-ups, people fuck up.
Exactly. Yeah. No. If you have said, hey, don't do that. Yep.
Dear. Right, let's get a little bit of a beach going, I think. Oh yeah, Squiddy Terrence has shared it. Lord of Metal. Incredible. It's being developed by the bassist of one of my favourite bands. Incredible.
Oh, really? Who's that?
Horns Up Games. Who is this? About. This user's profile is private. I'm not allowed to know. Sabaton. I don't know Sabaton. Very cool. Launching soon. God, imagine being so prepared that you have like a launching soon page and people can, like follow you before your thing launches and you're organised, rather than being like, fuck, we need to do it now before somebody gives birth to something.
I told you I was sorry. I ate a big burrito, okay?
One more time. I'm just going to make this all beach because this is going to be my pirate island. My pirate rides on here. Okay. So I want... It always annoys me that you have to place your first thing before you can get in there and edit it. Well, I suppose that works fine. Actually, I kind of like that. Oh, you can let me Z-axis this? Maybe not. Maybe I need to do that first. How low is too low? There we go. Right. Ah. Are you not having that? No, you're not having that at all. Fine. Build it at a standard height. These people, who do they think they are, Sam? Who do they think they are? They want it non-submerged. It's just like, come on, live a little.
Political correctness gone mad.
You know what, Sam? People don't say it enough because they're frightened, but it is political correctness gone mad. And all this will be
Ooh,
like
that was close.
What?
I almost got hit by a train.
No. How's the game going?
Yeah, pretty good. That was very close.
And we're just going to wide rapids it. Oh, it's a shame I can't. It doesn't let you submerge the track at all, really. So it will just be sort of on top of the water, but I think it'll work fine.
Are you supposed to dunk them? Are you supposed to dunk these fools?
Well, as in, like, you have your basin of water, but you can't submerge it down below the water line, so it sort of looks like a rough bit of the water with little barriers. It's always very clearly a thing. But I'm not buying that DLC, damn it. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I know it's controversial. I don't like DLC. Either put it in my game or don't.
Yeah.
I get it as a funding model, but still.
Can you think of... Because I can think of some ways where... Or can I? I was thinking of like ways where it works, but actually...
The only time I've ever seen it work is in the kind of more purely... like when they just kept on releasing stuff for The Witcher 3. They were just like, would you like basically a new game? But obviously, that's a very, specific thing that I don't think all game studios can or will do.
That model. No, and there was... What game was it where they started releasing paid DLC before the game... Like, the game's still in early access.
I mean, Paradox does a lot of that sort of stuff.
Paradox. And it was maybe Rust or one of those survival games.
I've also just realised you can't have multiple stations with this kind of ring. Bugger. So it is monorail. Sam, we're doing the monorail. Just stop arguing with me, alright?
I shan't. Never.
Never, not once, sir. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to have this sort of weird raised entrance. I accidentally built the monorail before I was ready. I was surprised by the monorail. Sounds like a Chuck Tingle thing. Surprised by a monorail. Obsessed. Ha ha ha, heterosexuality is not free. What? Hang on. Leos, I will say that one of the Dragon Age games locking the only straight companion behind a paywall was at least funny, if not ethical.
That is funny.
Incredible. That is good. You know what? Good stuff. Well done.
So if the limit is 500, and I've got,
For some reason, you just saying the word 500 gave me a visceral memory of a charity advert. I think about maybe donkeys being like 500, 500, 444.
donkeys.
Donate now on 500, 500, 444. End their pain. You fuck. And then we'll just auto-complete that for now. And then we'll add more later. Pirates, so it's going to be wooden gangways.
Well, it's based like cyber pirates, cyborg pirates,
Cyberts,
cyberts. That'd be fun.
cyber pirates. There's got to be a
Little
game with
mashup.
cyber pirates.
Oh, I'm sure of it. I'm just gonna Google cyber pirates and just go on a little journey.
Sorry guys, I'm googling cyber pirates. I won't be in for work today.
There is a book
Mhm.
called Cyber Pirates. 1997 role-playing game supplement for. Oh, it's a Shadowrun supplement for the Shadowrun tabletop game.
Cyber pirates, eh?
So yes, there's lots of cyber pirate stuff, and a lot of it is to do. A lot of these image results are cybersecurity.
Trying to protect you from cyber pirates.
Yes.
Now, Sam, here's a question. Is everybody who hacks things always sitting in front of a computer in their own house but wearing a hoodie and a mask?
So the way to get the best results for your hacking is exactly that. A hoodie, a mask, wearing a mask.
Often the V for Vendetta mask.
Yeah, if you
Which-
can find a way to sit either hunched over the keyboard, that works,
Yeah.
or sitting in the worst way possible for typing, like maybe with leaning back with your feet up. That's pretty good.
Indicating
Something like
how easy it is to hack your systems, because as you know,
that. Yeah.
when I find something easy on a computer, I sort of and then like put one arm behind my
Just
head
leaning
and then
back,
just sort
yep.
of do this, like ha 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 ha, whilst actually engaging my core quite a lot. It's weird.
Yeah, but the important thing is to have some kind of give that you drink every, like a Red Bull or a Mountain Dew or something, and then so you do a big knuckle crack. Maybe you do give it one of these knuckle cracks.
Do I
drink some of your
ignore
drink.
the advice of a woman just before I start?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
She'll say something like tediously sensible, like
Yeah, and I'll say
"This is
something
illegal."
like, this isn't for you, toots. Toots with
Yeah,
toots.
you
right?
wouldn't understand.
And then I call someone a beta cuck.
Yeah, and then hack into the mainframe.
Hack right into that mainframe.
Yeah,
You know what? The only
So you
frame
do it.
I'm interested in, Sam, is the mainframe.
it's got to be the mainframe. Subframe? No, not interested.
What am I? A caterum, which is a kind of kit car where you do have to build the subframe of it. That was the reference I had. It's kind of subframe. You know what, Sam? I don't even know if it does have a subframe. Maybe it's a monocoque design, like
Who
me.
knows? Not really a brag on a technical level.
It says, Tim, the fact that you're making a squiggly queue to get onto your monorail implies that there might be a super long wait to get on, and considering that it's supposed to be the only mode of transportation around your park, it is worrying. I'm just trying to allow for the fact that whilst there may be teething troubles and we're working things out, I don't want people to not be able to join the queue.
This is future proofing.
I'm future-proofing.
It's
I'm
redundancy.
sure that's what this is. Right, so let's have just a little bit of pathway down around this side of the island. we'll build our main pirate roller coaster, and then we'll build shit around it. And by shit, I of course mean valuable things.
So this island isn't going to be all path then? We're not going to have like a spiral path to the middle and then a bridge that goes out over the path.
Again, I think you're thinking of Let's Game Out again.
That's right.
I think you're thinking of Let's Game Out. I know that's not what this is. It's very different kind of game. I'm actually gonna try and make it nice. I don't know if I'll succeed, but that's what I'll be trying to do.
It's nice and fun for the guests.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Imagine. So there's a water coaster. So what I might do is if I have a water coaster that's piratey going out into the bay, and then in the thing itself, I will just make a wooden pirate coaster. The Nala, the monster, Hop the Gaps, or Mouse Hunt. I think I'll go monster. I think I'm going to go for the monster.
Sam, if you take us to Tim's Park, can you send letters to our family if we don't make it home? Yeah.
Why would you make it home?
I don't think I want to be responsible for chat.
Why are people not convinced that my park is going to be great?
I'm convinced. I think it's going to be great. Let's just say I don't want any legal culpability for anything that's going to happen there.
The lack of faith concerns me. You know? Okay, so we're going to kick off.
Obsessed974 says used to love the pirate-themed rocking boat ride in the amusement park in my hometown. They are good.
Although it's one of the few times I have been content warning for. Thing is, you content warn, then say the thing, and then say the thing again. Content warning for vomit. It's the only ride I've ever been vomited upon whilst on.
Rough.
Yeah, but it was bad.
Bad times.
Bad times. Capri Cosbit, I fully blacked out on a roller coaster at Cedar Point. Bloody hell. Okay. Let's have a nice fun curve. I mean, I've already exceeded the bounds of my island, which indicates. Yes.
That's fine.
Guess who knows why they're not functioning properly?
Did you not take your medication this morning, dear?
Take my medication.
You're doing incredibly well for not having taken it until.
I just like dropped something all over the floor, and you know, earlier I was like, literally said to him earlier, I'm really surprised I don't feel more tired. Although I do feel nauseous, like waves of nausea every 5 minutes. Take your fucking drugs.
Take your drugs, mate. Incredible. Incredible scenes. Okay. So we'll sweep down here. And we'll cross over to the other side, making a gentle turn back. Okay, now let's make sure this actually gets there. Should do. So it isn't too frightening for everyone.
The mating call of the confident engineer.
Yeah. It should work.
Should be. Yeah, I think.
I don't see why it wouldn't. Okay, it literally just about gets there. Maybe if I make this a little taller. How many times do you think engineers say, well, this should work? Probably quite a lot, but like hopefully in the testing phase.
Yeah, hopefully when it's... Yeah, you're really early on and it doesn't matter that much.
We've just finished construction and we've decided it should work.
It should work. It's probably more common for for engineers to say, like, that shouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
There's a I didn't think that would work, and then there was a reason behind it. Like that disaster in it was like a greenhouse. It was like with a greenhouse with a suspended walkway, and they bolted it in a certain way that looks fine and makes sense, but is like a quarter of the strength of having a continuous bolt.
I know exactly what
What
you're
was
talking
that?
about. It was a hotel it was like Denver or Austin. It was in an American city, and it was the Fancy New Hotel, and it had a big glass. Maybe we'll talk about two different disasters.
Yes.
It's
No, I
big-
think no. This sounds
big glass open atrium, and it had a walkway that went across it. And the design for the walkway, and it was like a multi-level walkway, was that you put these long threaded rods, and
Yep.
then you and then you put the platform on the bottom, and then you run bolts to retain
Yep.
them. But the idea was that on the top one, you have to run a bolt all the way from the bottom to sort of get up to that, and then put
to
the
get
bottom
the top.
thing on.
Yeah.
And they looked at that and thought, well, we could do that. That would be really annoying. So what we'll do instead is we'll have a long threaded rod that we'll bolt into the top catwalk, and then we'll have a new rod, and then we'll bolt that to it, and then bolt the bottom catwalk to the
that.
second catwalk, which will be connected to the top catwalk. But unfortunately, that it is a way of massively
it means that-
amplifying the forces, because rather than
the top
everything
one is holding everything below it.
exactly, so rather than the top very very sturdy bolt thing holding everything, I think the principle is the principle of it's like if you have if you're just trying to hold a weight, or if you're holding two people holding onto each other.
Yeah.
And it's not just about whether you can hold it, it's about whether or not those you think... They explain the maths on the... I think it was not revisionist history. What was the podcast called? Cautionary Tales. They explained the maths of it, but it's one of those things where once you do the maths, it's immediately obvious that won't work. But you look at it and go, well, it's all fine.
Yeah, it looks fine.
It looks fine.
Like, as a layman, is like, well, that's the same, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't
but
it the
is
same?
not.
And it's absolutely not the same.
It's very
It was
specifically not the same.
Hyatt Regency walkway in Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City. Firefly, Tim, from experience with engineers from theme parks, well into opening, they will say those things. They still have their laptops connected to the ride system, clearing faults and system warnings. Terrifying.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
That's fun.
But I suppose there is an element of you should be like, look, everything we know about it means it should be fine. Now we've built it, it should be fine, but we're still going to look at it again, and now it should still be fine, but we don't know. So you kind of want them to be very like, look, I think it's fine, but let's give it a bit of a test, shall we? Okay, so we're going to go there, and now we're going to chain lift again. Firefly, it's not dangerous or structural usually, just annoying coding and sensor errors they didn't anticipate. I imagine the software is a nightmare, because you've got to be like, look, this needs to tell me when it sees something it doesn't understand, but given that it's dealing with real world and physics, there will be a lot of stuff that it won't immediately assume is a fine.
Yeah, but all those systems are like designed with so many fail safes of just like, if anything goes wrong, just stop.
Yeah, just stop. And most of the problems and disasters they have is when the system goes stop and somebody goes, I think it's fine, and it overrides it.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm gonna shock you here, not a good idea.
It's really not.
Let's give them a little more clearance, shall we? Let's be generous. Let's make sure that all reaches. Sorry, because we're doing a building thing now, there's a lot more periods of me staring intently at something, being like,
Yeah. I'm doing maths as well.
I'm designing roller coasters and Sam's doing maths. Because, pretty cool.
Pretty cool, guys.
Cool guys. So if anybody's interested, ladies, we're frightened and taken. So there's not much you can do with that.
Right. Sometimes you just got to crack out a spreadsheet, you know,
Look, sometimes in
really
life,
work it out.
it's just time for what we call an old spready. No, not sure.
Just so nah,
Sure
maybe not that though.
Old spready. Oh, Capri, the hyperfocus is hyperfocusing.
So I want to go 1 minus
That's too big.
1.0 minus the limit minus quantity divided by limit
Oh,
times
account for me like one of your French integers.
multiplied by
Don't know why this is decided I need to be so far away to look at this. Now, this will be the question of whether or not that has enough force to get it up there. Jess has asked, what are you coding, Sam?
in Factorio, there's a mod called MoonLogic where you can write Lua code to control signals, to control circuits. And I'm doing it for my train network so that, like, for instance, the thing I'm working on right now is that a station that provides something to the network requests trains according to how much stuff it has. So if it has the amount of stuff that could be gathered by 2 trains, it will request 2 trains to come and pick things up just by setting its station. There is a mod that does all of this for you, and I downloaded it, but it wasn't fun because I didn't have to do it all myself.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, but that's the fun bit.
Yeah, there is sometimes mods like, oh no, you don't have to deal with this. It's like, but then what's the game?
Yeah, that's the game. So I'm writing Lua code, which is not a super pleasant experience, but Lua's fine. Lua's okay.
I'll
It's
allow
all
it.
right.
See what I did there? I'll allow it. Do you see what I did there?
I'll
Sam?
Lua it.
Now we smooth and smooth and smooth again. I'm gonna
Can you do jumps? Can you make it jump from like one set of tracks?
on roller coasters. Weirdly,
Yeah.
no, they don't like that on your old roller coaster. Weirdly, the thing that I like least about my roller coaster is the thing I did absolutely first. If I auto-complete that. Ooh, okay, all right, roller coaster, Planet Coaster. Does that work, Planet Coaster? I don't know if that'll work. Oh, not quite. Nearly, though. I'm supportive of it, though.
Right, that should work. So that should... No. Okay.
No. Hang on. Let's also complete that. Okay, just need this. Yeah, there we go.
So the maths I'm doing is trying to work out from a set of inputs to get like a 0, 1 or 2 out the other end instead of the fraction. So I'm trying to like squash fractional numbers into integers.
And do they like being squashed like this?
They don't. If you get it right, it works. It's one of those things. It seems, it's kind of, I do it a lot in my job, so you end up. I just want to rationalize these things. Usually, what you end up doing is getting your input data in between 0 and 1 as a fraction, and then you can just multiply it by whatever you want the range to be.
Right.
And then and then it works. So it's, if you get it into the right shape, your data will usually behave.
I'm guessing usually doing quite a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
Yes. Yes. Well, the nice thing about computers is at least they're deterministic, and everything in theory will happen the same with the same input. In theory.
Theory. Fuck. Okay.
And that isn't working. Why is that not working?
So were they bored? No, they found that bit boring. Why do they find that bit boring? I like this bit. They're boring, that's what I say.
It's the children who are wrong.
Okay, fine. We'll have it just be a regular connection then, eh? Idiots. See, that's not more fun. Nope, doesn't work at all now.
Look at the chat, you
Oh.
cunt.
I'm being... Oh! Sam,
Yeah.
we're singing a song about integers.
Are we?
Hang on, I'm just going to close the door to save Amy. Now, do I know what an integer really is? No. Do I want it explained to me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You're going to work it out as you go.
I'm going to work it out as we go. And you know what? I'm just going to look at you, and then you can nod when I'm on the right track, and you can shake your head when I'm not. Okay?
The only thing that's popped into my head is that Adam and Joe song, the Roscoe H. Spellgood song about speed equals distance over time, which is like a country.
Speed equals distance over time. Remember that, and you'll just be fine. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Oh. I went to start on the change. Okay. I find you're waiting. You're doing exactly what I asked you to do, but I find it sarcastic. Like, all right.
Come on. It's called vamping when a musician does it. It's not sarcastic waiting.
I find myself down the tavern of the day, asking the other prospectors what they may be working working on down their mines. One fella turned to me and looked me dead in the eyes, and he said, integers. Well, I said to him, surely we all know I finished school with a passing grade, so I'm pretty sure I understand what an integer is. But for the people around this table that may not know, why don't you explain them? Obviously I get it, but I don't want to be elitist about this knowledge. I didn't hit any of that note. Pause. Okay. Well, he turned and looked to me and said, well, of course an integer is. And then he paused and he started sweating. I said, well, you told me you were working on integers, so what's got you so upset? And I saw in his eyes that maybe he was hiding a dark secret. Maybe he didn't want us to know about his evil integer plans. So I pressed him and I demand to know about integers. I took out my gun and I pointed it right in his face and said, I demand you tell me about integers right now. And he said, okay, sir, I'm not looking for no trouble. I'll tell you now. And he opened his mouth oh so wide, wider than you ever seen a mouth go. He was all like, ah, 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 ah. And I said, quit stalling for time, sir. Quit stalling for time and tell me. Oh, sir, I'll fill you so full of lead you'll have nothing left to bleed with. So he said, well, an integer it's a mathematical term. Yeah, is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
More specifically, it refers to individual numbers within an equation. No, he said, not that. That was a little test for you, and you've passed. The integer is, of course, a number that's within some brackets. No, he said I was another little test, and you failed that one, actually, because I saw you nodding, but no, it's not that. An integer is, it's, would you call it algebraic in nature? And we kind of shrugged. So, well, I suppose it could be used in algebra, but it's not indicative of it. And he said, well, that's true. So I'll tell you what it is. He said, here's a little question. Just shake or nod your head. Does integer refer to the numbers themselves? And it doesn't refer to like mathematical, like plus and minus and divide. That's not part of an integer, so it's okay. So is an integer something that is a number that is dependent on another number? And that no. I'm running out of things that an integer might be. We're gonna take it to a chorus now, where I'm gonna get a clue. Okay? And an old prospector opened up the toilet door and said, oh, I'll tell you. And he gave me this clue.
Hey now there, young man. Well, I overheard you talking when I was in the outhouse.
Taking a dump.
Drinking moonshine. And having a nice time. Anyway, let me give you some examples of things that are and are not integers.
Okay, I said.
2/3 is not an integer.
No.
3 is an integer.
And back into the outhouse he went after giving that clue that, of course, we didn't need. I turned back to the man and said, you've got one last chance to tell me what an integer is. And he said, I got it now. Calm down, everybody. Nobody has to shoot anyone. An integer is a whole number. Is that all it is? He asked, looking at me. And I said yes. Well done, you survived the test, so I won't shoot you dead now. It's just a fucking whole number. It's just a whole
That's
number.
it. That's all it is.
Fucking maths. There we go. Oh no, Lily Rose 28. If I burn myself cooking lunch because of this, and then help, I dumped dry pasta straight down between my counter and my fridge. I'm sorry,
no.
that pasta belongs to the kitchen now.
Yeah, that's kitchen pasta.
Oh dear, Firefly, this is the best song my channel points have ever bought.
I don't think that was the answer. The clue wasn't the answer. It was a counter example and an example. Maybe I should have just given counter examples. Who knows?
I did like, yeah, 2/3 is not an integer. And then you just go, right, there you
Yeah.
go. Sam, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm not sure that my roller coaster is entirely working.
Uh-huh.
And then it just,
Oh,
and then we just,
Yeah,
yeah,
just kind of flopped
just
back at the first hurdle.
flops at the first, as we say in the business. Right, edit track. Okay, this just needs to be totally flat. Oh God, it's really difficult. Once you've got this wrong, it's very difficult to fix.
Yep.
Because like certain things are like, no, this will only work if it's completely flat and level.
I watched the Weird Al biopic.
Oh
fictionalised
yes, how is
biopic.
that?
It's pretty good. It's really funny. It's like it holds together and it doesn't. It knows what it is. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
I'm a comedy film. There's nobody wants to hear the actual story. It's not
No.
that interesting. So here's
No, what happened is I released some comedy songs and it did quite well, and then I made it my career. There we go.
yeah. So they just play with the fiction of it and the myth, because he's kind of like, you know, he's such a lovely guy, but he's not by no means a controversial figure. It's just, you know,
No, he's actually remarkably uncontroversial.
yeah, he's just like, he's got a family that he, you know, keeps out of the spotlight, and has his career. Seems
Fine.
pretty chill. Yep. I think one of his kids was in it, because there was somebody with a definite Yankovic face.
A classic Yanker face.
Classic Yankovic face, yeah. Who was...
It's still not exciting enough for these people.
Rainn Wilson. Oh, these are just the stars. Hang on.
Is it because the fear is too high here? Because sometimes the fear will dampen down the excitement.
The fear.
No, the fear's fine. They don't like this bit though. Maybe if I make this just a little...
Nope. He's just got a Yankovic face. Nope. He is no relation.
No relation.
Whatsoever.
Just £3 a month can help somebody with what we call Yankovic face.
Just had a long face.
And I said to him, why the long face? And he punched me. He punched me in the face, ironically. Is that ironic? Don't know.
In my normal length face.
My regular face.
So...
I assure you, sir, my face is of a regular length.
Normal length face man.
Marvel's really scraping the barrel. He's normal length Faceman. Born Barry Faceman.
It's okay. We've already got 9 movies lined up.
What's that? Do you remember Burnt Face Man?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about
Born
that.
Burnt Faceman.
Yep.
Of course, my power is my spectacularly burnt face. Get off. Like, apart from having
the villains.
the mild homophobia of everything on the internet in the past.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Yeah. it
mostly
did have
just in
some of that.
language chosen. Like, it'll just be like,
Hard.
I need to insult someone. Homophobia? Yeah, cool.
Little bit of homophobia, maybe? Yeah. It definitely had that problem.
No. Ooh, there we go. That might do it. Right. Need to let it do a full run. I know, right, Sarah? It looks pretty exciting.
Does look exciting. I'd be concerned if I was about to go on that.
Sorry, Sam. You've confused excitement and concern. I'd love it to be over 6, because when it's over 6, it goes green, and therefore is better. So if I just lower this a bit more, not having it. How about this boy? Make him a little lower. Ooh, no. Okay, let's see.
Right, is this going to work? No. Shit.
Why are people not excited by this? Is it this that's too frightening? Or not frightening enough? My God, I think I've solved it.
Go all like Hellraiser on them. Be like, fear and pain and joy are just the same, 2 sides of the same coin.
We are
I was
journeyers
like,
from the
yeah,
oceans
a
of pain.
bit.
Like, yeah. You seem quite... I don't know. It feels like it's not about this, you know? It feels like something else is going on.
Yeah.
And you
Something else is
confuse that
definitely going
with
on.
pleasure.
So your whole thing is somebody finishes a Rubik's Cube and you come and put skin hooks in them.
Yeah, and then you say
That's-
things like, well, you should have known better, and you're like, how?
How
should
would I
you
have known
How
that?
would you have known better? Like, how are you supposed to know? Oh, no. This is one of your skin hook Rubik's Cubes. Although I think at certain points she does say, like, but this isn't fair. And he's like, fuck you. So to be fair, at least he's logically consistent in that sense.
There's one bit, because in the second Hellraiser, the doctor, like, there's an evil doctor, and he gets his patients to solve the what's it called? The lament configuration.
It's called the
then-
Lament configuration. Well, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. Everything about Hellraiser is great, except the films. They're
I
fine.
don't- well, I think they're charming in this sort of absolute mess way. There's lots that's good about them. It's just like the sequels didn't really understand what they
No,
were
it's like,
about.
"God, but we need to know why these guys are such freaks. Like, no. This is good when you don't know why this is happening. That is the
Yeah.
main thing about this, is not knowing.
Not knowing, that's really the best bit. Anyway, there's a bit, so the doctor is getting his patients to solve the main configuration, and then when Pinhead turns up after they solve it, he's like, this person wasn't trying to solve it.
Oh, so he's like,
There was no intention, so he's like, no, I'm not gonna do my whole thing with this person
I
because-
refuse.
Yeah.
I mean, I quite like that.
I'm like, no, they didn't mean to do it. They didn't mean to summon me, so they're off the hook.
Did he,
In a
as it
literal
were.
sense.
And does he turn around to the doctor and go, "You're a prick," and sort of,
You, however, are on the
"You're on this actual hook I've got."
I think that is basically it, yeah. Which, Pinhead's got rules.
Pinhead's got, you know what? He's got principles. How do you feel about that?
Nice.
Nice. I don't love the supports going through there, but I don't know if I can edit them. I might just have to accept that.
Oh, we need more copper. My
Britain needs more
Fine.
copper, and for that, we need an empire.
we need our empire back. Please give us copper.
Please.
India? Anyone?
Anyone? Anyone got copper?
Anyone at all? Anyone got copper?
Copper for me?
Little bit of copper for Britain, please.
Or just a little bit of copper for me?
My iron plate belt got contaminated with copper plates.
Oh, I hate it when that happens because you have to go on a
Yep.
course of antibiotics immediately for that sort of
You
thing.
really must. I had to like trace it round the factory and find them all and pull them out. It was super annoying.
Lily Rose, I don't think I can ever watch Hellraiser because of how much the movie would have to spend going, this is absolutely not someone's fetish, but the author's.
Yeah, it is that. It's everything Clive Barker.
Thing is, Clive
Everything
Barker,
he
when I
does
think
is
of his,
just fetish.
I think of his name and I think horror, but it's like, hi, I'm Clive Barker, accountant.
Right.
Like, he hasn't got a scary name. You like Wes Craven, kind of a
Yeah.
spooky name.
Yep.
Stephen King, I suppose, isn't necessarily spooky, but it's sort of like king of horror. Clive Barker.
Clive Barker.
Clive Barker
Hello?
does your MOT.
Yeah.
Sorry, I massively overrode you whilst you were saying that because I was on a...
No. What were we talking about? Yes. No. It's totally his. Everything he does is like his fetish stuff. Like
Yeah.
Hellraiser 2 is just. Wouldn't it be sexy if somebody didn't have any skin?
Yeah. Not that I think
answer
that,
is-
but I would like millions of dollars to explore this idea.
Yeah. And the answer is, of course, no, Clive.
No.
It wouldn't.
And he's just like, well, you don't know until you look. Yeah, okay, KTB. Clive Barker does sound like he works at a bank.
Mhm.
Clive Barker and Associates.
Very normal name.
He's a very normal name. I like these tunnels. I like my little intercrossing tunnels. Ooh. And I can probably put some cool stuff in them, but it's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass getting it in there. But that's fine. Right, so I'm going to kind of try and build a Tortuga-like town up here for a start.
Mhm.
I'm going to do that by going to the scenery and typing the word pirate.
Tortuga.
Tortuga. Let's have a look in blueprints because I'm not above using somebody else's work. Oh, I just started typing in Tortuga.
Glad I influenced your brain.
You've infected my head.
I
So
only
just-
come out when somebody solves the lament configuration and I make them think of the word Tortuga.
Tortuga.
That's it.
Incredibly specific.
That's my whole thing. Now come with me to hell, where I'll just say the word Tortuga to you
Over.
in opportune moments.
You'll be trying to like order something over the phone and I'll be like Tortuga and you'll be like fuck.
Tortuga. Shut up.
Okay, Pirate Shack. How does a Pirate Shack look? More tropical than piratey, but I'll take it.
Firefly says, Tim, I want to make sure you saw my message about sharing your crisps with Sam from Kofi. Lily Rose has added an NSFW link. What's going to happen if I click on this, Lily?
I'm going to find out.
This comic started out as an attempt to make pornography and
It's-
succeeded. Immediately succeeded.
It denigrated into a sex comedy pretty much immediately. Even so, there are some things depicted that are best kept away from children at work. Please click on the button below to certify you are over 18. Of course, if you aren't under 18, you can't legally certify anything. So if you're a minor, please get a parent or guardian to click on this button which says you aren't. Incredible. Well, thank you for that. How ribald do we go? Oh, okay, yeah. So it is about. Hang on. Shall I read you the scene?
Please do.
So this is between a man and
Should we
a pinhead-like monster.
To take turns.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
fine. Have you got the comic?
Yeah, I've got
May
it
I
up.
may
Which
I
one to
be the pinhead man,
Yes. I shall be normal man.
normal man? Submit to me. I will show you. No, hang on. I'll do that because he submit to me. I
There
will
we go.
show you such pleasures.
What? You'll torture me?
Yes, but perversely you will love it.
That doesn't sound like the kind of thing I'd like.
That is why it is perverse. You'll love it.
And what if I don't?
You will. I guarantee it.
What form does this guarantee take?
What?
Well, you know what guarantee means, right?
Yes, it is an empty figure of speech.
No, it's a promise with conditions. You might say, if you don't love being tortured, you get your old life back plus my horse and jacket.
Okay, fine. That's my guarantee. The panel now changes. He is all of his skin's full of hooks, and there's a big weight on his willy.
It's okay.
Fuck! Next panel is the man on a horse made of meat going away with his coat. It's good stuff. I don't know if we did it justice.
No, but it was fun.
Incredible. Right, well, I shall look through that later. OGLAF.com. Oh, sorry. I want to mention about sharing your quiz with Sam from Kofi. He earned a treat too. Oh, is this a Kofi thing that I've missed? Hang on. Oh, is that Firefly? Honestly, that song deserves a tip. Sam with the head shake, Tim with the gun. 10 out of 10. Sam, I owe you crisps.
Nice.
Sam, would you like to go to the pub later?
I could go to the pub later. Yeah,
Do you
that
want
would
to go
be, let me
Check.
Yeah, let me check with Erin because Erin's having a rough one today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could pop out.
Because I was thinking, Sam, I was thinking of potentially going to see Kneecap, which is that Irish
Kneecap.
comedy that has good reviews, and it's on at 8 p.m. today.
Let me see how Erin's doing.
And if you would like
think
to
they
do
went
that,
back
then
for a
that'd be
nap.
lovely. If not, do not worry. Making plans live on stream because it's the only time I probably speak to people.
I would like to do that, so let's see. Let's see if we can make that work. I just flipped back to that comic, and I was on another page that has
Breasts.
more NSFW. It's like, oh shit, well, no, it's fine.
And the thing is, like,
Not
I did it
seen.
on a laptop that is not being broadcast, but whenever, like, if anything at all racy, and I'm like, oh, I'm streaming,
Yep.
it's like, well, they can't see any of that, but it's still a panic.
Yep. Right.
Bell tower. The object must be moved before it can be placed. I'll move you before you can be placed.
Got him.
Oh, it's because I've accidentally placed 2. Is that just the one? Or have I made 2? No, that's fine. Lovely. Okay, and then sort of piratey scaffolding up the side, as this game sort of seems to think all pirate stuff is. Like, their main thing about pirates is it's mostly sort of scaffolding, right? And they're not wrong, because like when you think about like a pirate town, you think,
Yeah.
yeah, there's lots of poles and shit everywhere, right?
Yeah, but it's not the. I would have thought they'd sort of like smushed in a bunch of pirate ships turned into buildings
Yes,
or something. I
yeah,
don't
there's
know.
surprisingly little of that. Like I've got ruined ships that I'm going to use for that purpose, but there's not like a load of purpose-built stuff for that.
Yeah. We do not have enough copper.
Omega, me turns up to stream to hear overcooking noise. Boys starts reading out that comic. have a well up here. Go on. They can have a well, actually.
Free well.
Free well. But I will correct you on how you use it.
Can we just do that?
Can we just for a second?
Can we just for 1 second do this?
Maybe actually if it's all the way around the other way. Yeah, then it works better.
Sorry, I'm not looking at chat.
Well, didn't you say to me earlier that you, what was the phrase? Despised them.
Said I was going to get them.
You're
I'm
going
going
to
to get you.
with a gun. Yeah? Pow. And then you shouted,
Said that
pow,
someone
I've
knows.
shit my pants.
Pow.
Because you love Mark Maron.
Is that a Mark Maron thing? It's not.
Yeah, I mean, it may be a Mark Maron thing. Mostly it's a blank check pretending to be Mark Maron.
I see.
And their thing is always just like, I'm interviewing somebody controversial and they shout, pow, I just shit my pants.
Mark Maron's podcast is so weird.
It is. Like, sometimes I'll listen to bits of it and go like, oh, this is interesting. And then it'll be like, oh, this is, what is this?
Why are you talking for so long at the beginning, Mark?
Yeah,
We'll
anyway,
do
it's
that
been
tomorrow.
45 minutes, but I've got President Barack Obama, and it's like, oh, wow, you really drew out the bit with
So
you.
he just
at the
sat
intro.
there while you did that, huh?
Obviously, on that one, there is a very hard... I think he does those, like, before or after they're there. He,
Yeah.
like, has a long bit where they're not just sitting there in the corner being like, okay, right.
This guy's a real freak.
This guy? A real freak. That was
Huh.
my Barack Obama impression. How do you think we all did? Do you think we got away with it? So it was mostly about
I think so.
intonation. The guy? A real freak.
It's those big pauses, big
He
arms.
loves a
and
big
arms,
pause.
doesn't
You know, Barack Obama loves a pause. It's my criticism of Barack Obama.
he? He does drone on about them.
Eh?
Get it? Because he did drone stuff.
He certainly did.
And kind of got away with it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's because he was broadly in sync with American foreign policy. I don't think there was many
Yeah.
people being like, no, less drones, please. I think he was just sort of like, yeah, this is what we do, and we're doing it. And everyone was like, yep,
This is fine.
this is
Don't
fine.
worry about it.
Don't worry, don't think about it. What would you like us to do? Like send soldiers over? It's like, well, the other option is you could not do. La 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 la. Two options.
We're obviously not going to do that. So pick one.
Aim has asked, Tim, how long have you been streaming for now? About 3.5 hours, I think. Is that a message saying also, Tim, can you come make me din-dins? Because that would be a
Yes.
perfectly reasonable request, my dear.
Yeah, has it been? When did we start? I can't remember when we started. It was like 1:30 or something.
Hang on. When did you send me a message calling me a coward?
That was about 1:30.
Yeah.
So maybe quarter to two.
Oh, not Hungry Just Bored. Well, especially as we may go and see a thing later, maybe we
Yep.
should call it there. I'm going to
Yep.
spend some time with Amy. Incredible,
Yep.
I know. Let me know over text, Sam, if that works for you.
We'll do.
And yeah, we'll come back to Pirate Island some other time, I'm sure. Let me just save that.
I will send your best to Erin Firefly. Thank you for
Sam, can you send Erin my worst?
They have your worst
There we go. Perfect.
at
Lovely
all
stuff.
times.
All right. Well, in which case, thank you
Yep.
everybody. Thank you for joining, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.